What's up, everybody? To this week's episode of Everybody Eats. My name is Briss.
I'm Cheese.
And this week we have a very special guest, Courey. So Courey is a stylist, a blogger, and an influencer. Very well known throughout, the city of Columbus. So what exactly do you blog about specifically?
Well, fashion, and then also I'm actually a journalism major, so I tend to write about many things. I do a lot of relationship blogging as well, because the girls well versed in those.
Okay.
But yeah, I just write whatever comes, whatever I want. I write whatever I want to write about, but mostly fashion. Mostly fashion on coordination.com.
Coordination.com.
I'll spell that out later.
Right, we'll have it on there. Yeah. So how did you get started in just writing? Where did that start for you?
I honestly believe I wrote my first poem in kindergarten, and I had a knack for it. All of my teachers basically were like, I pretty much was I guess you could consider a child prodigy. I had a whole lot of my work published before I was even 10. Yeah, I don't know where any of that shit is now, but still really cool to say. And then I've always been really expressive in writing. And it's just always worked for me. So I thought about it in high school, and I'm like, well, shit, what's easy for you?
Right.
And I chose it as my major.
Cool. That's crazy. Do you do any can you draw? Because I know you're into fashion and style and stuff. Can you draw your own kind of?
I
book?
really wish I could. Yeah. Because if I could, I would be out here designing the most fucking epic shit ever.
Yeah.
However, I can do is put some shit together. And that's it. I'm gonna learn though, because I want to learn how to sew. Because the things that are in my head in terms of outfits and shit, it's not really out here.
Right.
So I need to figure out how to make it my damn self.
That's what's up.
So that's a 2019 goal.
Gotcha. That's dope. That'd be good. Do you have a favorite brand at all?
I'm not really a brand girl. I'm more so just I like certain people, certain styles. So there's my favorite at this moment is Kalana Barfield. She is the editor-in-chief of one of my favorite, a style magazine, but she's really bomb. I'm not really big into brands. I will go to a thrift store and flourish. So that's not really the thing for me. I do like a lot of what Off-White is doing right now, but I think that's more so I just like the message behind the brand and everything.
Right.
But yeah, no, I'm not really big on brands. I can figure it out with whatever.
Okay. That's fair. Gotcha. All right, cool. Well, thank you for that. Appreciate it.
It's nice meeting you.
Right. Again. So this week we headed over to Hen Quarter out in Dublin. It's actually in a nice little spot that I had no idea was even there. They had a lot of
legit had no clue.
Yeah, they had a lot of different restaurants, barcades.
There's a Penn's Mechanical over there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was a nice little area for sure.
They're trying to develop that area because the Vaza was also over there, the rooftop bar.
Oh yeah.
Okay, yeah.
You guys need to one of these.
Okay.
For sure.
Yeah, for sure. So we, you walk in and. You're immediately just you see the intricate detail they put into making this kind of what's the word I'm looking for?
Modern?
Not modern, but I'm trying upscale atmosphere. It's also kind of divided into different sections. So where we sat at, it's kind of a.
I felt like it looked like it was a little more laid back where we were sitting. Whereas opposed to the other section seemed more
upbeat, and it was it had a bar.
So I meant relaxed, somewhere a more relaxed dress code if there was a dress code.
I think that's
so much of one.
More intimate. It just was kind of more so if you were going to be on a date.
Right.
That is the section that you would be in.
Yeah.
Whereas on the other side, it was a little more, like you said, upbeat. It wasn't, it was just we're here to party.
Exactly.
Kind of like Jesus in a tuxedo shirt.
Yeah. Great analogy.
For sure.
Talladega Nights. Right. I was trying to remember what movie that was from.
Weird.
And they also have this like kind of like small little mini section. It's like a little ducked off room on the side. It has this nice like it has like a hen in the back, and it's like a real like it has like red, orangish like tones and stuff. It was really nice.
I actually didn't get a chance to see that
Yeah,
myself.
but I'll have the video playing on here. But yeah, it was basically just a really nice looking restaurant from all angles. They have like a really extensive list of bourbon.
They did have it was like 100 or so.
I don't know, hella
It was
different.
about 100 bourbons.
Yeah, different
Bourbons
variations.
and whiskeys. They had like some single barrels and yeah.
And it was sectioned off by where the bourbon came from, so it would be American or Canadian or so on and so forth. It was a really nice list.
Yeah, and I'm just like, wow, okay. Anything you can possibly think of bourbon wise, they'll have it. I had the Rock the Boat, which is like it kind of tastes like a grapefruit. Yeah.
Was there actual grapefruit juice in there?
I don't think so.
No.
Lavender, honey, lemon, watershed vodka, kind of yeah. So yeah, it was really good. I liked it. And then
I actually don't even remember what the name of mine was.
you had the
Was it like
five
on it?
Yeah, you had the 5 on it.
Cool. So it was the 5 on it. I want to say it had. You can double check me here. Whiskey for sure. Definitely whiskey. There was undoubtedly chartreuse.
Okay.
They had like there was a whole presentation to it. They had like a smoldering thing of rosemary. Like we'll show you that.
It was like smoking and stuff.
Yeah, like the cocktail itself was smoked. Like it came out, the cocktail was smoked. They essentially just sat like an empty cup down. There was like 2 carafes, one of which had the smoked cocktail in it already, and then the other one had the rosemary, which was soaked in chartreuse, which is like a really high, I almost said ABV. It's like a high proof liqueur. It's kind of herby. Yeah, they set it on fire, just kind of let it burn for a minute, then put it in the cup, pour the smoked cocktail, which literally had smoke in the little carafe. Pour the smoked cocktail onto it, and it was really good. It was beautiful. It was a beautiful process.
Very intricate
as well.
drink for sure.
It was pretty.
Yeah.
I had the California Love, and the way that the waiter, my manager Jared,
Shout
out to Jared.
We'll tell you about Jared in a second.
Right.
The way he explained it was like fall in a cup, and that's pretty much what it was. It was Jim Beam black, but it just really felt like, I don't know, like literally fall in a cup. I don't really have any other.
I feel like it was real warm.
It was just real warm.
Lots of fall spices.
Yeah, exactly. A lot of fall spices, but it was really good, and it was hitting.
Yeah.
For sure. I realized I was made tipsy probably way sooner than I thought I would be off of a cocktail. I typically don't like my drinks mixed, but yeah, it was really good.
Yeah. I would say, I mean, honestly, I think my favorite might have been yours.
Mine was definitely my favorite.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I will say though, it didn't taste as smoky as I would have thought.
Yeah.
I will say that.
I agree with that.
Especially for it to be like a smoked cocktail. It was really good though.
So after our drinks, we had our appetizers. I myself ordered the oysters, oyster bienville, to be exact. How you pronounce it?
It's like Bienville to me.
Okay, bet.
All right.
Oyster bienville, which is basically just bay shrimp, mushroom sauce, and breadcrumb. It was really good. It had I don't know, it's just like, it felt like a lot was on the oyster, and I was trying to like slurp it off of there, but it was just
Slurp, you say?
slurp. Yeah.
Slurp.
Interesting.
All right, interesting choice of words. But no, it was definitely it was just good, honestly.
It was just very well done. It was really good. And I'm a crazy person about seafood, and I have not had oysters in. I made it 2 different years, and we were at the
Literally.
I have had, let's just say, over 10 years, and it was definitely a good introduction back to the oyster life.
It was solid. It was extremely. It was really good. I have no complaints about those oysters at all. In the slightest.
His exact comment was, "Oh, I could eat them all day."
Right.
Literally, like you could just line those up for me, and I would just eat them. Like no questions asked. Those are some of the best oysters I've had in a long time.
Ooh. Okay.
Man, that's high praise.
Okay.
This nigga eat He be eating oysters. So.
I don't think oysters at all.
No, we went.
Why you got
Hey man, chill out. What's
Alright.
next?
You gotta go over your appetizer.
Hold me up. I don't remember what
Pork belly.
I had the pork
The
belly,
pork
right?
belly, yeah.
Cool. So the pork belly had butternut squash puree, pork belly, pickled jalapeno. It was a sorghum glaze. If you're not familiar with sorghum, it's like honey, but
What you mean if we're not familiar?
Right.
Nigga, you know we not familiar with no sorghum glaze.
your grandmother might have some sorghum
Oh,
in the
let's
house.
call her ass.
Right.
She very well may. But yeah, it was a sorghum glaze, pickled jalapeno. I want to say there was something else on that plate. Crispy. Okay, yeah, and crispy like shiitake mushrooms. Yeah, white barbecue sauce is like it's almost like a redneck thing, really, kind of. Like,
That seems fitting.
kind of. I mean, it's a southern restaurant. Like,
Yeah.
I don't really know how else to.
Okay.
I don't even know how to. Like, I have no clue how to make it. I've had it a few times, but I have no clue really even what's in it. And there wasn't much on that plate anyway.
Gotcha.
But anyway, back to
The pork belly.
not the pork belly, but the butternut squash puree specifically was like virtually perfectly done. It was really velvety, really smooth. It was beautiful. It sat very well on the palate.
This sounds like sex.
It should. Good food should sound like sex.
Yeah.
That sounds good.
Get that mac and cheese going. Oh.
Ooh.
I'm sorry.
Ooh. All this food was really good, so I'm just gonna be like overly critical. I wish it would have been like more pickled, like a more pickled flavor. It was kind of. It still was good. It just needed more acid, like just a tad bit more acid on that plate would have been great. Just to kind of cut through the fattiness of the pork belly a little more. But it was really dope. That was great. I enjoyed it very thoroughly.
Still sound like sex. So I had the cornbread. When I first bit into it, I literally said, "We are not worthy."
That is
Literally, that's what she
That is a
said.
direct quote. Verbatim.
This shit, like I can't even like try to make this sound professional in any way, shape, or form. That shit was good as fuck. Okay, it was the best. Like, listen, okay, I love my grandmama's cornbread. Okay?
Oh shit.
Listen, I love my grandmama's cornbread. But at this point, it's like it's fuck granny.
Damn.
Fuck granny.
Fuck granny though?
Fuck granny.
Wow.
That's what it.
Yo, that's a
It was-
statement.
Holy shit. That's
Hey,
powerful.
this ain't your jiffy.
Nah.
It was not.
It was definitely not
That
just.
shit was. I don't. The butter was the butter sweet. I don't know.
It was with butter. That's the sorghum. Yeah, it
So much
also
sorghum.
had a sorghum glaze.
Everything got sorghum glaze.
Listen,
Sorghum's hot.
listen,
It's good.
listen. I'll tell you about it. Okay. All right. Listen. I can't even speak. I don't even. It was just really good.
It was good.
It was a touching moment.
It was.
You said you don't even really like cornbread.
I don't even. I mean, yeah, I'm not much of a cornbread eater, but I liked it a lot. Like I was like, oh shit, this is like
It was
some bomb ass cornbread.
buttery and it was sweet, but not too sweet. It was just literally perfect.
Yeah.
It was very well balanced. It was nice and like crispy on the outside and really fluffy on the inside.
Ice cream paint
What's
job.
they say about me?
Ice cream paint job indeed.
Yeah.
Crispy on the outside and fluffy.
Just saying, it matches.
Niggas be saying whatever.
Okay.
So yeah, that was our appetizers. In regards to our entrees, I had the fried chicken, which is like their, I guess, like staple, signature dish, whatever, with the side of mashed potatoes and lobster mac and cheese.
It usually just. I don't even think the lobster mac and cheese is even on the menu. He just kind of upsold us. He was like, we can add
He
lobster
did
to
that
that.
damn Jared.
Yeah.
God damn it, Jared.
Right.
He sold the hell out of us on that
Right.
one. So, honestly, well, we'll get to that in a second. It's fine. But yeah, my fault. I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, I mean, shit, it was good. I felt like it would have been great if they had, I mean, maybe I could have like requested it, I don't know. But if they had like some like honey Tabasco sauce to like drizzle on top of it.
Honestly, had they had like a spicy, like a spiced sorghum, that would have been perfect.
Sorghum is the
It
worst.
would have been dope.
Sorghum going.
Listen, if you're watching this while you're drinking, you have to drink something every time we say sorghum.
Right. It's a drinking game now. Like, just take a shot.
Sorghum.
Oh man. Jay with the cameo appearance.
Right.
First time in like 8 weeks.
Disappeared on us for a while.
But but I mean the chicken was still good, even without the whatever like type of
Sorghum.
sauce. Yeah, without the sorghum. The lobster mac and cheese was just real. It was like creamy and like kind of like fluffy too. Like
Fluffy.
it was kind of fluffy. It had like a
fluffy.
I can't explain it as well as you can.
Hey man,
you got all the terminology and shit,
I
but
gotta tell them how I felt about it too.
but it was great. It was great. And then the mashed potatoes, no complaints. And I'm a huge potato fan. So
Cool. Let's start with the chicken. Virtually like expertly cooked. Like it was. I'd imagine it was brined. 'Cause it was wildly tender, and juicy on the inside, crispy on the outside for sure. My only knock at it would be that I felt like it just needed a little more like, just like maybe a pinch of salt, some like garlic, like just the tiniest pinch, and it would have been like, well, not the best fried chicken I've had ever still, but it still would have been really good. I've had very good fried chicken. Probably better than most of the fried chicken you've had. Just not me.
Oh, because
For
he's
different
an
reasons.
elitist.
hey, this nigga
Not an
does,
elitist.
he does make some good ass fried chicken.
He
I will
does.
say.
He definitely brought us some with some honey Tabasco sauce and the shit was hitting. It was great.
For sure.
The lobster macaroni and cheese did virtually nothing for me, really. I just don't need lobster in my macaroni and cheese. Like, it just kind of ruins it for me. But with that being said, it was still really good. I felt like it could have been cheesier.
Cheesy. I can see that. Yeah.
Like it was creamy, but it could have been a little more creamy.
Okay.
Also, again, this was really good food, so I'm being hypercritical.
Yeah.
Like
as you should be.
Like, so, yeah. Mashed potatoes, again, seasoned perfectly. Great ratio for like cream to butter. They were fluffy and soft. It was good. I don't know what else to tell you. It was like really good. That was the best thing on your plate, in my opinion.
The mashed potatoes.
For sure.
Okay.
This nigga Murph walking in here making noises and shit.
Right. Damn it, Murph.
If you walking past, just go ahead. Man.
Yeah, just do it now.
So you want me to make a cameo? I'm not gonna walk past, but I can make a cameo.
You want to?
A wild Murph is a pretty. A wild Murph is.
Cool. Back to the chicken. Courey.
Yeah, what I will say is the chicken, I guess, it was absolutely very well cooked. It was very juicy, very tender, like me.
Juicy and tender.
Yes.
Juicy, tender, and fluffy.
Yes.
Right.
We may throw her phone number in the
Exactly.
description.
Okay. But yeah, I will say it was probably one of my, out of all that we had, it's probably one of my least favorite. Now me, I am a basic bitch, okay? So Popeyes is the fucking metric, okay? Okay? So if it's not the goddamn tenders with the black and ranch sauce, the way I do my chicken is just completely different, right? So I needed like Annie's spicing and seasoning. That's
She
not what I
said
got.
Annie though.
Annie.
Wow.
Annie's old slave ass, yes.
Slave ass.
I needed slave seasonings. Like I needed that seasoning where there's not even really a recipe. You just keep going until you hear Anthony Hamilton sing it, type shit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
So
Got you there. I completely understand.
yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like so, it just wasn't. It wasn't that, but
Wasn't that.
nevertheless, still very good. It's just not what I needed from my fried chicken. Okay, I need to low key hear Harriet Tubman fucking singing songs and shit when I bite into my chicken. Okay, okay. I need a neo spiritual pop up. with the lyrics in my mind type shit. So yeah, just that exactly. You know, I didn't get much of that, but still get it though. Okay, still get that shit. I'm saying.
Sorry.
You're not gonna hear no Negro spirituals when you bite into chicken. That is for sure white people's chicken, for sure. But it's still very good.
It was very good.
It was a good white people's chicken.
It was a good white people's chicken, for sure.
If white people's chicken, it was top tier white people's chicken.
There we go.
For sure.
What he said.
My entree?
Yep.
What I ate? Hold on.
Short rib.
Oh, that's right. I had the short rib, which typically comes with parsnip puree and parsnip puree, gremolata. There were like glazed pearl onions and roasted mushrooms, if I remember right.
You probably right.
Yeah.
I'm
That sounds about right as
I am
hell.
gonna challenge you.
Our server Jared recommended that I swap out the grits for the parsnip puree, and I kind of wish I didn't.
Really?
Yeah, especially since they did such a great job on the butternut squash puree. I feel like I should have kept that the way it was. The grits were good, however, they did require like for grits. They were extremely slightly undercooked. Very slightly.
Extremely slightly.
Like it was just it
Like
just
the
had
slightest
a little
of slight.
It just had a little too much like bite to it, like just a little. Like they could have been cooked long, like 2 minutes longer.
Okay.
It would have been perfect. Also with grits, I tend to want like heavy cheese and heavy butter, and that didn't really fit there, and it wasn't really in there anyway. But yeah, and I kind of wish I would have stuck with the parsnip puree. It would have fit a lot better, especially since parsnip's like a sweeter root vegetable. It would have cut through some of the fattiness of the actual short rib. However, to the actual short rib, that shit was braised perfectly.
Yeah.
Literally perfectly. I don't know what the fuck to even tell you. Oftentimes you get braised meats and they're like over braised or they're under braised. If it's over braised, there's like no fat in it left like whatsoever. It's like it's just all been rendered out really slowly. But again, like it was okay. So like fat carries flavor. Fat isn't flavor. Oftentimes people say that, but fat carries flavor. Like I don't know how to explain that without getting really weirdly technical. So I'm not going to.
Okay.
I'm just gonna tell you that fat carries flavor, and like it'll like coat your tongue, things of that nature.
Coach your tongue.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I bet.
Either way, there was still a good amount of fat left in it. It wasn't undercooked by any means. It was literally like expertly braised. It was great. It was amazing. The roasted mushrooms, great. I want to say it was like beach mushrooms, and which are like tiny little, like a little, like tiny, like weird little cappy ones. Like.
Nope, don't follow, but I got you.
Anyway, I just wish it was more of a hearty mushroom, like a maitake or a oyster mushroom. I'm speaking Spanish at this point.
Yes, you are.
Hey, listen,
But
I was today years old when I found out that there were several different species of
a mushroom. I'm like, hey,
there are
mushrooms
lots.
is mushrooms.
There are lots. There's a whole world of mushrooms out there.
But I admire your passion so much.
Hey man, I tried.
No, it was like inspirational.
Yeah, it really was. I was
just like enthralled.
yeah, I was like, I don't know what you talking
Cool.
about.
I'm pretty sure. I think I covered everything on there. Oh, the glazed pearl onions were really good.
I don't think I got it. I don't think I tasted
I
that.
don't think you did. You typically just eat the meat.
Yeah. Every time.
Every time.
So, my dish. I had the scallops. And it was the scallops, it was crawfish etouffee, red pepper, don't know what that word is. Cooley. And Carolina gold rice. Yeah. I don't know, like the God I serve, okay?
God, I serve.
Listen. I don't know why he
Shout out to
puts-
Trip.
Okay. I don't even want to know.
Oh Lord. Literally.
restaurant. I don't know why God put it on my heart, but I'm glad that He did, because these scallops, y'all, like, I low-key felt like I went and caught them my goddamn self. I don't even know, you know what I'm saying, like what I did to deserve this. I've had a shitty week. I've been horrible to people all fucking week.
Oh, man.
But I deserve, like, these, I did not deserve these scallops.
I mean, you did come here calling niggas ass you.
I did.
Okay.
I ain't been shit all week, for real. So I don't know why God blessed me. I don't know why He keeps blessing me the way He does. Because these scallops were... I'm getting emotional. Okay.
We see.
They were that fucking good. Okay. Now, I am a seafood person. Okay. My favorite food in the entire earth is going to be all things seafood, except for maybe lobster. Different discussion for a different day. I don't want to hear your bitches in the back making faces. But, you know, these scallops mean a lot to me. They were like the Beyonce of scallops.
Damn.
Wow.
The Beyonce
Shit.
scallops, huh?
That's high praise.
I said what I said.
That's amazing.
Alright.
No, those scallops were definitely, I mean, pristine. Like, they, listen, this was nice. All right, and like scallops. I've never had bad scallops myself personally, but those were like, I should say, like the Beyonce of scallops. Like that's pretty accurate. Like they were like cooked to perfection.
There's 4, but they're a nice size.
Yeah.
Throw pictures up. Yeah.
The scallops were great, without a doubt. My only knock on them is they were only seared on one side, which it was like a big U10 scallop. That means they're 10 per pound, essentially, around 10 per pound. They were cooked perfectly. They were seasoned virtually perfectly. They were great. The crawfish etouffee was cool, but initially I didn't. I felt like I didn't really taste a lot of like crawfish. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Like it was
Yeah.
there. Like I
saw
felt it.
it.
I saw it. But I just didn't really taste a lot of the crawfish. So, but again, it was really good still. I don't know. I'm just looking for more crawfish flavor essentially. The Carolina Gold rice was really good. It was like really well done rice. You know how hard it is to cook rice? Niggas don't know how to cook rice.
I have a rice cooker and I still fucked up the rice.
How you fuck up in a rice cooker?
Because I'm not. I told you I'm a basic bitch and I'm really not the smartest.
I'm really not the
Damn.
smartest.
It's alright.
I mean, you gotta walk in your truth. So
Hey.
It's okay. It's fine. I'm just talking shit. I will say like the red pepper coulis kind of seemed like pointless. Like it was off to the side of the plate.
Yeah.
It wasn't really tied in there at
But
all.
it
Tastes good. Yeah, it was cool. Like
I
it fit, but it was just kind of it just wasn't really necessary. I don't feel. So yeah, that was how I
It
felt.
really have
about it.
anything to do with the actual meal.
Yeah, like it was just kind of there.
So service wise, Jared was excellent.
Shout out to Jared, man.
Literally,
I
like
appreciate you, Jared.
almost every recommendation he gave, we went with, and like we weren't disappointed by anything.
He is not a liar.
At all.
Yeah.
He was really excited to sell us like stuff. Like it wasn't like whatever.
You know, I just work here.
Yeah,
He
right.
seems to actually really
enjoy
his job.
like his job.
Yeah, it showed.
And the food there. And the
Exactly.
drinks there.
He knows that.
And the desserts there.
Yeah.
Which we didn't even get. But
Yeah, but they have what was it? A bourbon and maple
Maple.
cheesecake?
Yeah.
none of it was even on the menu yet, and he had it all memorized. So that was dope.
He just seemed to be very just happy to be there, which that also, you know, in the customer service world, that makes a huge difference.
For sure.
When you have people that are very passionate about what they're selling and they understand and they know their products. So I definitely was appreciative of that. He was just a kind of a guy where, hey, if I see you outside of here, I'm gonna buy you a drink.
Yeah.
Definitely buy Jared a drink.
For
Yeah.
sure.
Like whatever the hell he wants.
Yeah, like,
He's a pretty cool dude. Yeah.
he was pretty much everything, and we trusted his opinion going from the beginning because he.
Oh,
was
yeah,
the
with the
one-
cocktails?
Yeah, he.
We literally just ordered what he told us.
Literally.
That he liked.
Yeah.
off
He
the
said
cocktails.
these are my 3 favorites.
It was alright, bet. Fuck
Run
it. Right.
3 of those, please. Thank you. We
Yeah.
appreciate it.
Mhm.
And he he did not disappoint ever at all, and it wasn't, you know how some people try too hard, or it was just very organic. He was personable. He was really personable. He was just him, and we trusted him, and he even said, hey, if I do good on the cocktails, then you gotta trust me, for the rest, and he was right.
Yeah. We did trust him. 100%.
He literally guided us to
Absolutely
Nirvana.
So,
Never did you just get past the glass of wine.
But yeah, Jared was honestly, I haven't had a server that good in a while.
Yeah.
He was top notch. So we definitely had a good time, like almost all because of him. Price wise, so I will say it is a very expensive restaurant. Well, not very. It's expensive because I've seen worse. Yeah.
It ain't cheap.
But
get what you pay for.
You do get what you pay for it. That food was pretty high quality, and it was literally worth the cost for sure. So obviously you're not gonna go on like just let's go on a Friday night. Like this is something you want to go on like a anniversary date or some like major special day.
Unless you just got that roll on you.
Yeah, if you're rich, then fuck it. Go whenever you want to.
You don't necessarily gotta be rich. Like,
I would say the average price would be like it was ranging from 20 to 40 for the entrees. Average price probably I would say when you go expect to at least spend $60. Okay.
But yeah, no. So with all things considered, I honestly. Like, I think I would give them a 4 out of 4. Like, this might be my first 4 ever. The atmosphere was great. The music was great. They was playing straight, like...
It was really fine bangers.
They was playing, like, 90s and 2000s, like, R&B, like, bangers. Food was exquisite. Service was great. I'm almost speechless. Like, I have nothing bad to say, like, except maybe the price, but the price was worth it, so it's like that's not even like a drawback in my opinion. So yeah, it was 4 out of 4 for me.
What's higher than 4?
What's higher than a 4?
That whole ass 10.
21?
Put the 100 emoji.
Yeah. 100. Firefly.
I'm gonna have to add that shit into the fucking budget. And your girl is broke, so we gonna have to figure something out.
Yes.
Somebody's nails not getting done. Journey gonna be one less uniform for the year. Because listen,
Damn.
yeah, no.
Let me find out my mama was ever talking about me like this.
Well, Journey be alright. She gonna be a model. She gonna have all the money. But yeah, no, like the shit is literally 4 out of fucking 4. I can't wait to go back and try the things that I didn't get to try because I know that they have to be just as phenomenal as the things that we got to try. Like, I'm low-key ready to plan an entire brunch around, and they have different menus.
Let us know. We'll be.
They do have different menus.
They do offer
so
lunch and brunch.
Menu, they have a dinner menu, and then they have a brunch menu, and it's depending on when you go, it's a different menu. So let's be very clear, we're only discussing the dinner menu tonight. But I'm ready to go try all the menus.
I gotta give it a 3.5. Only because, like,
Christian,
what?
they deserve better.
Right.
3.5. That's a great rating.
No.
That's an amazing rating.
Especially for him being hypercritical.
Yeah. Again, I'm also being hypercritical.
Yeah. As he should be.
Literally, and it's only because like my grits were ever so slightly undercooked. And the chicken was ever so slightly underseasoned. Like, it was just a couple missteps, and I just can't give it a completely perfect score because of those things.
That makes sense.
Would I recommend it? Yes. Like, go now.
Right.
Go yesterday.
They closed, but
Like, this episode's gonna drop at 6.
yeah, go.
You
Right
should
now.
make a reservation for 8.
Right.
Go.
8:15, 8:30. Give you some time to watch it.
Highly recommend.
That's all I got. Highly recommended for me, for sure.
Did you have any last remarks or anything else you want to share before we end it up?
still feel like I was not worthy. I left there, and I'm not even excited to go to any other restaurant.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not excited to go to any other restaurant. I will be going back to that area because they're building it up really nice.
Yeah, it's really cool over there.
Yeah, but I've never been so impressed by a restaurant ever in my life. So,
It was dope.
yeah.
I'm glad that we could be there with you to share
Right.
that experience.
And I'm glad that you picked it.
Right.
Honestly. Yeah.
Shout out to you.
Right. All right. Well, thank you guys for watching.
The next episode will just be a video of Courey eating meats.
Right. And we're gonna see y'all next week.
Really fun. Okay.
Oh boy. Okay, gotta go.